Okay, let's try this again. Alright, first things first here. You saw that Symmetra defensive barrier being shot out, so you're Winston. You can instantly kill her sentries with a single click. So right now you should be staying in front of the cart in front of your team looking for really cheap, cheesy, like 6 sentry setups or trap rooms, just because you can instantly wipe them out and prevent her from getting a very quick TP or a very quick shield gen. So just keep that in mind. If you know a Symmetra's out there, that should be your first 10-second priority. Is make sure she's not going to get any cheap kills. If she puts 6 on cart or in like this side room here to the right, and like a Tracer or a Genji or an Ana ran in there first and got the kill, that's like 60% charge for her teleporter. So just keep that in mind. That should be a quick sort of instant thing you check priority wise if you know Symmetra's out there. Kill those sentries immediately. Don't wait for it. All right, now you're doing it. Good job. Good job. Good job. Okay, so right there, that Winston just dived your backline against your healers. You have to go deal with that ASAP. You can't let him just be unchecked if no one else is helping escort your Mercy or your Zen or whatever. So just keep that in mind that sort of becomes your priority. If he's going to dive, he has to get punished for it. That Winston discord and super low. So right here, that Winston's back. He just wasted his bubble, and he's jumping out. So he has no more cooldowns left, and he's super hurt, and he's discorded. So this is, in my mind, is a free kill for you. You kind of mismanage your bubble here, but you still have jump. So you jump, you land on him, deal some damage, start shooting, kill him, jump back. Alright, so right there, you saw that Winston, who's now healed up, jump to go after your Mercy again. You should be diving right on top of that, since now, again, his cooldowns are going to be fucked up. He's a little hurt. You know Farah's over there on your team as well, so you can 2-on-1 him. Instead, though, it looks like you're taking on this Roadhog, which is not a fight that Winston takes, right? Like, you do very little damage to Roadhog. He can heal basically through your entire 100 ammo capacity, so unless it's like a 3-on-1 and he's discorded, there's no reason you're taking this fight over that Winston fight you had or doing something else, but he can shoot, hook, shoot, and take 80% of your health away in a matter of a second or two here. That was just a horrible Roadhog play, so you got lucky on that one. This is good. He's discorded. He's super hurt. No! Don't let him go. Alright, well, you're pushing the cart. This is perfect. See how this is a Zen and a Mercy. This Mercy is healing this Zen because fuck if I know, Bronze League. But yeah, you need to pick one of these two targets, preferably both, and just fucking finish this fight. So hopefully you do that. Good, perfect. There you go. Now he's probably gonna die. So right here, you know that both their healers are down, and you know that their Winston, who can dive your healers, is down. So here, I can't hear you on mic, but if you are, you should be announcing the fact that you just killed both their healers, because don't think that because you killed them, the team knows. They might not be this kill feed might not be active for them. So announce to them that their healers are down, and this should be at least absolute minimum 3 people on cart. And you, as Winston, now have free reign to go fuck up people because you know they can't get healed. So your job here should be finding the DPS, not the tanks, but like the DPS, like if they have a soldier or a Junkrat or whoever, because you know they can't heal and you know your healers are up and theirs are down. So this should be full offensive mode for Winston, full dive mode. Yeah, you have 4 on carts. They don't need you. It doesn't go any faster with 4 than it does 3. So, alright. That was good. It's good to keep checking back at your backlines in case you need to dive and save. Like that I don't know where he came from because I don't know this map at all, but he obviously came after that Zen for a kill. That Zen outplayed him pretty badly, or pretty well rather. I mean, he discorded him, immediately did a bunch of damage. You finished it off, but that was really good on the Zen's part. But again, you're sort of wasting this entire opportunity because you have the ability now. You had the ability rather to do some serious damage, push the cart, or go fuck up and continue fucking them up so they can't deal with the cart until you get to this next checkpoint. Because you knew they were down 2 healers and a Winston. So there's sort of a wasted opportunity there where you got lucky on that McCree kill because Zen was dealing with it, but otherwise you just sort of been like a cart jockey for the last 45 seconds here. And now you're the only guy on cart, so it's kind of required. I don't know why. Just as I would tell your team here, again, I can't hear you on mic, maybe you're screaming this, but you guys are like a meter away, and you know they're coming back on defense. To secure this next checkpoint and get a bunch more time should be the ultimate priority for everybody right now. But to have 1 or 2 on cart when you're this close is really just like bad heads up. Not on your part, just sort of your team's. Because, one guy trickles in, and then a Winston pops his ult on the enemy team here coming up maybe, and then, 2 more guys come and someone ults, and now you're fucking fighting for this checkpoint versus just getting the quick 1 meter secure. So that's my 2 cents. Alright, you got the checkpoint. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what happened. The Winston popped ult, trying to if his team was smart, he should have been up there trying to stall on cart, but that's why you needed to have 3 people on cart to secure that, just so you can avoid this kind of scenario. I don't know why. I mean, his ultimate's wasted now because you guys got the checkpoint as he popped ult, so kind of dumb. So right here, your Widow just popped her ult, which gives you full visibility of every hero in the game on the enemy team. You see this Ana and this Zenyatta here? They are the 2 healers for this team who are alone and staggered. So right now as Winston, your job, knowing something you should know, like I can see your Ana literally through walls, means you should be diving this Ana or diving the Zen. Because their DPS and their tanks are too busy fucking around at this bubble right now. They have no idea where their healers are. They're probably just pissed they're not getting healed. But as a Winston, your job should be taking advantage of this sort of precognition information and going hunting them down. I don't know this map, so I don't look like maybe top right you could flank, or just dive straight through, man. Just get up on here, jump over them, and start going after these healers. By the time they figure out what you're doing, you're gonna have both cooldowns back. But that should be your number 1 priority right here, is to go get those healers who are woefully out of position and alone. Zen's getting close, so he's up, but this Ana is still all by herself. She's probably trying to shoot heals like at some weird angle to somebody up here, but man oh man, is that a juicy target for you. Yeah, so that Winston, you probably noticed by now, but he kept diving the back lines. He died a few times, but he's doing his job as Winston. He's diving in the back lines. He's forcing your healers to turn around and fight him or deal with him, forcing you to turn around, focus your attention away from the cart, distract you from not diving their healers. So he's doing what you should be doing, right? He's on defense, you're on offense. You should be the one forcing their healers out of their hidey holes. So I would say in the first 2 minutes here, I haven't seen you dive anybody except for, I guess, a Roadhog and a Winston once. That one time you got the Mercy Zen kill, that was sort of just them running into you and not knowing you were there. So my only advice there is just that, like, you should have at this point have been making yourself known, more of a presence as Winston, by diving that back line, going after those healers, fucking them up in the back, because that's really the key part of what Winston does as a hero. His job is not damage output. His job is not cart pushing. His job is not, assassin or flanker. His job is really going after healers and disrupting the enemy team and getting them out of position. That's his number 1 ability in this game. That's his niche. He puts other teams out of position, forces them to stop whatever their strategy is and go deal with you. And so far in the first 2 minutes, you haven't really done that aspect of it. You've been just sort of like a backline tank support. I would have dove in there and got to the cart. Whatever. So again, full health Roadhog, who you have no idea what his cooldowns are. He may have hook and heal available for you. This is not only an unwinnable fight, but it's a quick way to make this game a 6-on-5 for their team. I don't know why he doesn't turn around and take you out. Nice dive there. So that junk saw you. He's going to start spamming damage. You dove right over his head. He probably threw a concussion mine, laid a trap. Doesn't matter. Great way to dive over him and confuse him and now make him sort of skitter back. And you're being healed by cart. Yeah, perfect. There you go. Good job on that Symmetra. She tried to bum rush you. Good job getting those sentries out of the way. keep in mind, so this Zen's doing a pretty good job of keeping you Harmony Orb, which is like the passive healing. So when you have that Harmony Orb, you sort of have permission to go do some more damage because you're going to be healed up automatically. So keep that in mind. Be a little more offensive. Right now, you have 4 on cart. Let's see if this happens or not. Okay. So you have plenty of people on cart, and you have your ultimate, and you're getting very close to the next checkpoint right here. So in my mind, you've had this ult for way too long. The best way to use it here is to go dot there. I mean, you haven't seen anybody for like 10-15 seconds. They're setting up. They're trying to set up. They're trying to group up. Your job now should be to use this ultimate, jump in, take 200-300 damage first, pop your ult, go fuck them up, knock them out of position, maybe even die on that point, wherever that is. Just because in the time it takes for them to deal with you, you're going to get like 80% more of the distance to this next checkpoint, which is your goal, right? Winston's ult is not something that like secures 10 kills or like changes the tides of the game. It's a disruption ult. And from here to here, that's what you need. That's the disruption space you're trying to make. So you already have a bunch of people on cart. This cart momentum is flying. Use that ult. Stop holding it. Remember, the longer you hold on to ults, the less time you're going to have ult uptime and ult opportunities because you're not re-earning it back, right? So the game's half over at this point, and you haven't ulted yet, I don't believe. But either way, you've had this ult for too long. This space means to me that we are close to the next checkpoint. They're setting up. They're grouping up. Go fuck up that grouping. Go make them suffer in the back. Don't just sit here and wait for them to come find you guys and stall the card again. I'm not sure what you're shooting at here. Oh man, so let's see what you do. Okay, so I'm gonna back up. Right here, you peek and you see both their healers again alone for some insane fucking reason. That's the Ana and the Zen. Right now, you know it's a 5-on-6 because you just saw up here Soldier took out the Pharah. So they're down a DPS that can help them. You know they have what? They have their own Winston, they have their own Roadhog, and they have... I don't know, who cares? Either way, this is an easy kill, at least for one of them. So you're fully healed and you're being pocketed by Mercy. So this is a almost impossible to lose fight. They're in this little corridor. Jump at them. I don't know if you know or not, but when you hit somebody with your Winston jump, I think it does 50 damage. So diving into them right now, each one of them is going to be down. 1 second, someone's calling me. Each one of them is going to be down to like 2/3 health instantly from a single shift click. Then you're going to start spamming them. Then you're going to bubble and then probably kill one or kill both even. Your Mercy is going to be able to heal you and boost you through this. This is an easy opportunity to wipe both their healers and easily secure the checkpoint and probably a little more. But you back off. That may be the biggest waste opportunity of the game so far for you. Is that was like the juiciest matchup you can imagine. It's healers who are out of position and alone, and you're pocketed. Even if you weren't pocketed, I definitely would have taken that fight. I mean, right now, look, they lost their Symmetra and they lost their Ana or their Pharah from earlier, so that should have been a fight you took. This fight here, Orisa has a shield and full health and a bunch of armor. This is not a fight for Winston. You shouldn't be down here. This is not... I don't know why your Zen popped ult there, probably just to save himself, which is stupid, and then your Pharah used her ult to kill one Orisa who was doing nothing to your team. She's in a corridor. The point's already won here. I mean, you guys cart's already passed it, so this is failures on everybody's at all sides. Pharah wasted an ult to kill a half-dead Orisa who, again, means nothing, is out of position, and by herself without heals. And the Zen, I think, ulted to save himself. And you're down here just adding to the overall fuckedness. That's a waste. That's a waste. Right? I mean, so here. That distance you covered, that's nothing. You guys are winning this point. You should be way up wherever the next point is, fucking up with their healers, taking advantage of all the trickling that just happened. Don't just be sitting here waiting around. There's no point. Good job diving out of position. That was perfect. You got him scared. He popped his own ult to save himself, which is absolutely terrible. Good job. Alright, so right now, well, it looks like you're doing it. Perfect. So that Zen ult ended. I would have jumped a little bit earlier so you could land as it ended, but you're diving in. The healers are alone except for a Junkrat who probably can't deal with you. This Mercy is way out of position. Go fuck her up. Okay, so right there, you had that Mercy dead to rights. You had her half health, then she rezzed this Junkrat who gives a shit. Then you started shooting her and she was getting closer to death, and then you turned your attention for some reason, I don't know why, to this Junkrat, who's not nearly as important right now as that Mercy was, who's already hurt. So she's just going to self-heal and get out of this now that you're... And then you sort of jumped. That was a very bad sequence. So you had that Mercy, you could have killed her and then dived out, or used your bubble and dived out, but instead you sort of hobble jumped back to the cart, I guess, and let the DPS who didn't even see you get a look at you. And you're discorded here, so that's kind of unlucky. Or whatever. You got res, so perfect. That was perfect. You dive over this frontline defense. You're coming after a healer. Now everybody has to turn around and deal with you, and your cart gets to keep moving forward. Yep, get this kill on the Zen. Perfect. Don't need to worry about that junk. I don't know about this ult. Yeah, I don't like that ult at all. And I'll sort of tell you why. Let me back this up. Two big things here. So, listen to the audio. So, like, twice there you got hit by that. That's Ana hitting you with her biotic rifle, her main attack. So, she's doing some damage to you, whatever. The more important part is that you don't know where she is. You can't see her. I don't know where she is. And you dive in and then use her ult. Now, the problem is, Winston ult is a disruption ult. There's nothing really to disrupt here. They have an Orisa and a Junk who are sort of trying their best to hold this line for some reason. You guys have a long way to go to the next checkpoint. Nobody's on cart. The cart's actually moving backwards. So this ult is not going to be effective, but more importantly, that Ana, who you don't know where she is, if she's hiding in one of these little cubby holes or something, I mean, she obviously was shooting you, so she has line of sight. She hits you with a sleep dart, that's it. Your entire ult is now wasted, and you're probably going to die, and it becomes a 5-on-6. So just keep that in mind. You hear that Ana tick, 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 tick. That means that she can see you. She's hitting you. So you dive like this, and you get sleep darted right after you ult. That's a big swing in this game. So you pop ult there. I mean, I guess to like get back to 1,000 health. This Orisa you knock a little bit. She has Fortify. You kind of went after that junk and you gave up on it. Yeah, so overall, that ult didn't do anything. The cart kind of started moving again, but again, oh fuck, I fucked that up. Yeah, so yeah, and then again, you dive this Orisa. You're about to. This is not a fight you take. She's being healed. She has Fortify. She still has armor. Right there, perfect example. You just spent 100 ammunition, both your cooldowns, have to reload, and this is where she ended up. Right about 60% health and being healed by Zen, who's in this room. The Zen is the target you should be going after. That Orisa is now forced to deal with you if she doesn't want her Zen to die. Zen can't kill you fast enough. And you have the ability to just jump right back out if it gets too sticky in there. So that's the play, not trying to fuck this Orisa up a little bit, doing an inconsequential, eventually, amount of damage and letting them live. She's already full healed, so that was completely ineffectual. That was, so you know there's a Mercy down here because she just rezzed that Junkrat, and you see the Mercy back there. But instead of fighting the Mercy, you're fighting the Junk who's being pocketed by Mercy. So again, you just let that go. So you can't win that fight. You can't kill somebody who's being pocketed by Mercy with your Tesla cannon unless they're already low or discorded or something. So it's not a fight you want. You should have dove the Mercy and forced the Junk to go deal with you, or dive the Mercy quickly, do some trickle damage, and get back out and go to the cart. So they're all disrupted and they're worried about dying and they leave that little room. But instead, you just sort of fed Mercy and Junk's ult, took some damage, and came back and effectively did nothing. And then you guys got wiped by that Pharaoh, who probably is just behind you. Yep. Wow, kills the Widow and then kills the Soldier. The 2 hard counters to Pharah. So they're I guess just not looking up. That's not really your fault, but that's a very bad Widow Soldier not having eyes on. Again, I don't know if you're screaming, look up, or kill the Pharah, but so right now you saw those blue lines coming out. That's either Orissa's ult or Mercy's ult. So let that ult die. Let that ult last the 3 seconds and then dive in. Right now you're discorded. You're diving in against an enemy ult that's active, and you're going after a Pharah who's not a priority for Winston. You can't do anything about her. She flies. So this is bad, just bad choice. You should be just spamming or telling your team to group up and let that ultimate die down. Carts aren't moving backwards. It's not like it's close to a checkpoint. You guys have an absurd amount of time left. So this is sort of a disjointed attempt. I don't know why you're diving in here. That was perfect. You saw the junk use his ult, and so instead of trying to figure out where it was, you just dive to the back line. You know this Junkrat's just sitting still because he's in his ult mode. He can't even see anymore. That tire's going somewhere to the left here to deal with your team. You are free to rain down some terror right now. Yep. Beautiful. That kills all yours. You healed up. They're down a guy. Oh, secure this Mercy! Nice. Nice, nice, nice. The Soldier, you should have stayed on that Mercy and got her. That Orisa fight was fine because it's 5-on-1, so you're all piling on the damage. She's fucked. Secure that kill. That was good. So again, here, you know they're trickled. You have 3 on cart, you're getting close to the end. You just know they lost a Mercy, then they lost their Pharah, then they lost their Orisa. So now, best case scenario, it's 3-on-5 or 3-on-6 over here. You guys are crushing the cart forward. Your Mercy's on you. Get in the fucking game, man. Get up here. Get to the back line. There's 1 healer, 1 DPS, and 1 tank, theoretically, back here. All separated, waiting for the rest of their team, desperately hoping they're going to run out and start doing shit or popping ults. You should be up there right now, fucking their shit up, and making them have a fight by the spawn room door and not on the cart. That's what you should be doing, but for some reason you're back here, I don't know what, protecting your Mercy from a threat that doesn't exist, or sort of being like a backline flanker. I'm not sure what you're doing, but this is not Winston's role. You are not doing Winston's job. You should be up here, diving them, back here, fucking up their spawn room door. You have both your things on cooldown. The next fight you take is going to get you to your ultimate. You're already at 90%. You're at full health. You got a Mercy pocketing you. This is the best scenario Winston can be in, but you're squandering all the potential energy you have here. Just waiting, not doing anything, taking damage. I mean, at least you're on the cart and you're the only one on it for some absurd reason, which is good. Maybe you just pop bubble here and just ride the cart in a little bit more since they're sort of turtled up and not doing anything, or just stand behind the cart and push it from behind so you're getting the spam heals from the cart itself. But this should be a flank or a dive right now. You're not doing anything. That was good. Good dive. Again, this is your target. You dove and then you went after Orisa, which is meaningless. You cannot kill her. So you should be after this Zen. Again, right there. Mercy's over here. Zen's back here. You have your jump. You have full health and you have your ultimate. You should be diving one of these healers immediately and keeping the fight up here and not back where the cart is. That's the fight they want to have. That's Winston's job, right? You make them take fights they do not want to have. You make them fight in places they do not want to be fighting. Instead, you're dead nut center, right on the cart, right where they want to be fighting. You have the ability to jump here, pop your ult, smash people around, get them away from the action, because you can do it here alone. But instead just diving the Orisa and then diving back, that doesn't accomplish anything. This Pharah is behind you guys again. Again, that's not your... So, quick tip on that. That Pharah is ulting. She's obviously backline going for healers, which it looks like she's secured. Yeah, she killed both your healers. Dive right at her face if you know she's behind you and that fight's over. Simply because when you dive her, A, you're a huge hero, and you're gonna absorb a lot of that barrage as you're diving and as you get close to her. So you're protecting the rest of your team from dying. If you save that Mercy by doing that sort of jump on the grenade tactic, she can even res you. Second thing is that when you dive a Pharah's face, this goes for Winston or Diva for that matter. The damage she puts out by hitting you when you're that close actually splashes back into her face. So you can actually deal a great amount of damage by simply acting as like a wall that she's hitting at close range that will actually do a bunch of damage to her to make sure she at least doesn't escape this ultimate alive. I mean, that's frustrating because she kills one healer, no one turns around, kills the next healer, no one turns around. You're just caught in the fucking afterglow of her rape.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard you say what the fuck. So if this is your Zen, so it's not your Zen, it's their Zen, who again, I'm guessing whoever this person is, this blue arrow, almost killed their Zen and he popped ult for some absurd reason. The cart's moving backwards, so it sounds like you recognize that was a insanely bad ult. Okay, this Pharah, I don't know why you're... This Pharah is not your fight. This Pharah is not your fight. You can't fly. You can't hurt her hard enough. She can easily get out of there. This is good. So now you're flanking. Here's a Zenyatta who's all alone for some insane reason, pushing up, and he's discorded. So this is like under a second kill for you. Jump on him. It'll do, I think, 75 damage now that he's discorded. Spray him down. This is over in a half second. So your job here is instantly diving this Zen. You got trapped, which sucks. You can't, I don't know if you knew it or not, but you can't shoot the trap once it activates. You can't, like, doing damage to it doesn't mean anything anymore. So you just have to ride that trap out. If you're being splashed with damage because you're trapped, pop your bubble, but you weren't, so way to hold on to it. Now, this is something to game sense wise. You can now see the little skull, the little icons of who's dead, but you see it in the kill feed too. These are both your healers. Ana, Orisa, and Pharah just took out both your healers. So keep that in mind. Even though the cart is close now, you still have a lot of time to regroup, which I would recommend. Simply because here's an Orisa teeing off with a shield, probably healed up. You guys have no more heals, which as Winston is very scary. So here is sort of a tough scenario for you to be in. Ana's teeing off on you a little bit. Zen's discording you. This is good. Good job diving that Mercy. Make it about her. Pop bubble there, which I guess was like a desperation move to get out, but you should have just jumped away instead. No, you got res, who cares? Good. Secure that kill! No! Why'd you let him go? Again, you're about to have jump again. You should have just been running forward at him. You have 400 health and you can pop ult. Them losing a healer at this point in the game, especially a Zen who can have Transcendence at any moment, that could secure this next 50 meters, whatever you have to go, probably 10 meters actually. So that was a missed opportunity to dive that Zen, or just keep walking right at him. Maybe you get the kill and you dive out. Maybe you don't and dive out. Either way, again, get the fight somewhere else. Stop having the fight here right on the cart. You're fighting again a Pharah who shouldn't be a fight you take in the first place. But worse, you're fighting a Pharah who's pocketed by a Mercy. So that's you're just charging up Mercy's ult and Pharah's ult faster at that point. That's all right. So back to my point from previous. I'm gonna pop this back here. Listen to the audio for the next 6 seconds before you dive in. Right there, I think four individual times you heard that. That's Ana. That, again, I can't see her. I don't know where she is. She's teeing off on you, though. And you dive in here behind enemy lines, I'm assuming to pop ult, which is okay in this last push, but you need to find out where that Ana is, because if she sleep darts you right now when you land, or worse, when you pop ult first, that's you're throwing that fight. You're going to lose your ult, probably die, all to an Ana passive ability. So, yeah, so you popped ult. For some reason, Ana just kept shooting you, even though she had direct line of sight into your back and you weren't paying attention. That was an easy sleep dart for her, and you got lucky, but keep in mind that won't always happen when you're playing an Ana who knows what they're doing. Like, again, you're using this ult sort of incorrectly. You got behind enemy lines, you popped it, and you're not really hitting anybody, and more important, you're going after the Orisa, who's sort of like a stalwart stationary hero. She pops Fortify, you don't bop her away. You just sort of get in their face. You're sort of swinging, but you're you're like at DPS medium range distance and not Winston distance, you're almost assuredly gonna die here. Oh, that Mercy saved your ass. Somehow that Pharah didn't kill the Mercy. And it looks like the Widow took out the Zen. So this is just an absolute failure by red team. Well, see here, that's a flank. Now look at these lines. Orissa's shooting up, Anna's shooting up. This Pharah's up here with this Mercy. This entire team is focused up and to the left, and you're back here to the right. You need to get in this room and get behind these lines and start fucking people up. You have full health, all your cooldowns. Yeah, perfect. Nope, wrong fight. Okay, let's back this up. So you do exactly what you should be doing, which is flanking. Now look at this view. Who should you go after here? I mean, obviously this Anna, right? She's alone. There's literally no one behind her because this is the end of the game, except for the spawn room. She's by herself. You have full health and your cooldowns. Dive her, do 50 damage, pop your bubble, dance in, jump back out to secure that kill and leave. Instead, you start attacking Orissa's ultimate stick, which is dumb. Then you start attacking Orissa, which, again, full health, she's charged up. You're just taking a bunch of damage, letting that Anna fucking anti-heal you. You're probably going to die here. Any damage. You have bubble, and you don't pop it. So you have such a low amount of health, anybody, even an Anna, a single bullet's going to kill you. Pop that bubble so at least you can escape. There you go. So you died with an ability that you had that could have saved you, so just as a... yeah. So I believe that voice call out is the Mercy ultimate for their team. So either go find her or kill the Zen, because he'll be a lot easier target. Yeah, she's just pocketing the Pharah, which again, you do not need to be going after this pocketed Mercy Pharah ultimate. That's not your place. That's good. Dive the back line, Again, this is not your target. Orissa is not your target. You were going to do effectively net 0 damage. Here is your target right here. The only other healer they have who's right now has to protect the last 5 meters of the cart for the entire team. He can barely passive heal. You take this out, they have no more heals. Their Pharah Mercy is going off doing their own thing for some reason. That's a huge problem for the red team, but you need to capitalize on that. Take out this Zen immediately. That should be your priority number 1. Again, you're sort of backing off here and letting this fight take place on cart right in front of the Orisa shield, where Junk can spam damage, where Orisa, like, don't let them have this fight here. Don't let them focus their attention on the objective. Make their attention have to be focused somewhere else. This Anna hasn't moved still. She's still in the exact same super vulnerable position in the back. She has no way to get help except for if these people turn around. You could be coming from here. You could be coming from back here. Having this fight dead nuts center on cart is the wrong move for. Again, you're backing up. You're going after Pharah. Okay, let's take a look at what's happening here. The cart is almost there. So the pressure's on, your team's up here fighting, you have full health, you have both cooldowns coming in 1 second, and for some reason, you are back here alone, sort of fighting with a Pharah or sort of doing nothing. You're adding no value to your team right now. Now you're diving in, a little late, but you did it. Again, I don't know why you're going after the Pharah. That's not a fight you want. She can easily just fly out of here or get healed. The healers are what you want. I don't know why she's just maybe she just didn't see you, I don't know. Now you finally dive this Zen. I think what happened was this soldier either popped ult or something. Maybe the Tracer. Somebody cleaned up the back line and won this fight for you here, but that was sloppy on both teams' effort. I don't know why that Pharah just ate all that damage from you, and I don't know what she was waiting for. I don't know why the Zen just sort of stood there, but now you guys are going to take it home, but yeah. So yeah, overall, I would say when you're doing the job of Winston, you're doing well. You're diving the back lines, you're popping your bubble, you're taking out the healers. But the biggest note I would give you is that you spent way too much of this game super passive and not doing Winston's job, which is creating space and creating disruption. Way too many times you took fights that you should never take, like diving a full health Orisa and then just eating a bunch of damage and diving away. That's a waste. It's worse than a waste, really. You're feeding the enemy team ults. And way too many times you were sort of passive, just hiding behind something, waiting, going after a Pharah, staying right on cart, letting them set up shop in front of you and just sort of dealing with it. Winston is not a Reinhardt, and you played this game sort of like a Reinhardt. You sort of stayed with cart, you stayed dead nut center line of sight. You didn't take advantage of opportunities. The biggest missed opportunities for sure were that last, I don't know where it is. Is it here? This last part where the cart's so close. You're up here fucking around with this Pharah Mercy. 60 seconds left. Someone's on the cart. Why aren't you up there with them? You're hanging out. You're hanging out. Now you dive in. Way too long. The other really big missed opportunity, which I hope you saw in real time, and just I don't know where it was, but you found a Mercy and a. Is this it? It was right before this. Yeah, right there. You find this Mercy or this Zen Ana alone, and you're being pocketed by Mercy, and you have cooldowns, and you have your ultimate, and you just leave them. You just leave them alone. Instead, you jump down here and you go fucking take a ill-advised fight against an Orisa who, again, look where the cart is, and look at the fight you take. This Orisa's alone. She's by herself. The cart's already past where she's shooting at. You guys are, I mean, it's okay you secure the kill. It's not okay that you guys, your team, burns 2 ults to get that single kill. But the cart's already passed. That's a meaningless fight that nobody should have taken. And the fight you should have had was that huge opportunity of those way out of position healers who had no recourse from you diving on them and killing them. So that's my 2 cents on